My dear all the listeners, pay attention to it. I am Arun Mohan Pankaj from Hajipur Vidyashram classes. Today, the topic of grammar, the workbook which I am going to analyze for the CBSE classes for classes 9, 10, 10 is subject-verb agreement. In some of the books you can find subject-verb concord also. Then question arises, what is subject-verb agreement? You might be knowing it from the previous classes that how we can have to use verb as well as subject in a sentence. Subject and verb has something very particular aspect of using in the corresponding activity of their actual norm. My point is that a verb agrees with the subject in two ways. First, in number, and secondly, for person. A verb agrees with the subject in number and person. Just look at here. Agrees with the subject in number and person. What do you mean by number and person? Generally you can tell me that we have two numbers in English grammar, singular number and plural number. And you will also tell me there are three persons in English grammar, first person, second person and third person. First person, singular number is I, plural number is we. Second person, singular number you and plural number again you. Third person, singular number he, she, it or any name. A third person, they. So these are the persons. The question arises, a verb agrees with the subject in number and person. What do you mean by that? It means if you have singular subject, you will have to use singular verb. If you have plural subject, you will have to use plural verb. How can we make plural verb? And how can we make plural subjects? You might have read in the previous classes in the primary stages that how we can have to use from singular to plural. There is no question to arise this kind of topic now. There are a number of things which we have already done in the book of grammar. To make nouns plural, boy, boys, student, students, girl, girls, all this. It is quite understandable, but how verb can be singular or plural? The answer is simple. A verb originally is always in plural number. Any verb If I write here girl, girl can be used in the plural number. I go, we go, you go. But he goes, she goes, it goes, and Mohan goes. It means whenever we are using es, it becomes goes. Then goes can be used as a singular number. Did you get the point? Did you get the point? Goes can be used in the singular number, and it can be used with the singular subject. Ram goes, Mohan goes, Kareem goes, Sultan goes, Maria goes, all this. But I can't say I goes, because subject verb agreement, they don't allow it to use goes in that particular aspect of first person and second person. Subject verb agreement, they allow only third person singular number to be used with singular verb. It means he goes, he goes, she goes, it goes, and Mohan goes. Right? Only we have this kind of agreement with the subject and verb, that in the third person singular number we can have to use singular subject with a singular verb. Rest of them we have to use our plural verb. Did you get the point? It means with I you can use plural verb, we can use plural verb, you can use plural verb, and they you can use plural verb. Did you get the point? So this is the subject verb agreement. Means a verb agrees with this subject in number and person. According to number, according to person, it can agree. But this is the basic assumptions of the subject verb agreement. I think that you have entirely understood about all those facts of the subject verb agreement. What is the agreement between subject and verb? Apart from all these, we have different conditions which we have to read out differently in the book of grammar, because these things are so important to you to understand that hardly you can consider that your sentence can be right unless you can understand the things of syntax or subject verb agreement, you can say. Formerly it has been used as a syntax, but now in the CBSE curriculum it is now used as a subject verb agreement. Apart from that, Ram and Rahim go home. Ram and Rahim go home. Sita and Gita are friends. It means you are using plural verb. But we have already said it with the third person, we are using singular verb. But here both of these subjects are used with the word and, that is connector. Did you understand? And, that is connector. Whenever two different subjects are used with and with connector, we can have to use plural verb. What we have to use? Plural verb. Ram and Shyam, Ram and Karim go home. You cannot say goes home, because there is and between both of them. Did you understand the point? So whenever two different subjects are used with and, we would like to use plural. And more than two, Ram, Karim and Rahim are going, not is going, because they are used in plural number here in the sentence, because there are three persons used here, and three persons can be considered as the plurality of the persons. That's why we are going to use our plural verb here. Did you understand? Okay. Now, the first assumption, the first condition we can use here, singular or plural. In the second condition, you can find that he as well as you is guilty. He as well as you is guilty. Generally we can use are with the you. Generally we use are with you. But here is has been used with you. What is the question here? You are a good boy. He is a good boy. We can say like that. But here singular verb is used with second person. It is not quite possible according to the previously which we have read. But here in the agreement of subject verb, it is possible. Why so? Because the subject, when both two different subjects are joined with as well as, understand it, then two different subjects are joined with as well as, this verb can be followed in this sentence according to the first subject used in this sentence. What is your first subject? He, isn't it? According to he, you have to use is here. Did you get the point? He as well as you is guilty. Just reverse I am telling you. You as well as he are guilty. We can't use are with the he. We can't use are with he. Only we are using is he is a good boy, he is a man, he is honest. I can't say he are a honest, he are a good boy. But here we are using he are guilty. Why so? Because I have already told you, according to the subject-verb agreement, that when two different subjects can be joined, can be added with as well as the verb in the sentence can be used according to the first subject used in this sentence. And your first subject in the second sentence is you. In the second example is you. You as well as he are guilty. He as well as you is guilty. Did you understand this? Try to understand it. You should not be again in confusion. Otherwise that will not be clear. In the questions, in the board model questions, in some of the occasions, some dash will be given to fill up. There will be one filler to fill up the blanks with the appropriate verbs. So whenever you can understand this kind of agreement, then you can fill up in a correct way. Otherwise you will commit mistake. Isn't it? Yeah. So try to take it down in this way. Each of you is a good student. Each of you is a good student. There are number of students sitting here, and in the classes, generally you can find out, each of you is a good student. Here, each of you, here is used. It means singular verb can be used after each. Every of you reads well. Every of you reads well. So after each or every, you will have to give singular verb in the sentence. Did you get the point? After each and every, you will have to give singular verb in this sentence. Next thing is that this is the second assumption. In the third exemption, you can find out that either you or he is good. Either you or he is good. Whenever the sentence is added, used in the term of either or, and there can be different subjects used here. But whenever you are going to use any verb there, you will have to use according to the nearest subject used in this sentence. Either you or he is good. Your nearest subject is he. Is it? Just look here. Your nearest subject is he. So according to he, you will have to use is. Either you or he is a good student. Neither you or Maria is intelligent. Neither you nor Maria is intelligent. After nor, you have Maria. So according to Maria, you are using the verb is. The conclusion is that after either or, neither nor, we can use the verb according to the nearest subject used in the sentence. Did you get the point? The nearest subject in the first sentence, you can find that here is he is, and in the second sentence is Maria. So according to that, verb is used. So these are the ways to understand subject-verb agreement. Subject-verb agreement has a lot of conditions which you have to prepare it. There are a number of things you will have to understand it. It's a big chapter. So try to know it from the very beginning and try to understand it from very intelligently so that you will not be confused anywhere. I am telling you the basic concept of subject-verb agreement, what is needed for the preparation for the examination. There are three words that is called cattle. They are used as a plural number. Cattle are grazing in the field. Second is people. People are good, or people have come to attend the meeting. Here people can be used as a plural number. We can use plural verb for people. We can use plural verb for cattle. Innings, I-double-N-I-N-G-S, innings. Innings of Gavaskar, innings of Sachin, innings of Dhoni is praiseworthy. Is praiseworthy, is singular verb. Although innings is plurally used here. But I am considering different. Cattle, people, police. Police had arrived at the stop. The police can be used only as a plural way. Not as a single police you can see. It can be used in the plural number. Police had arrived at the spot. Cattle are grazing in the field. People had come here. These three words, cattle, police and people, can be used always in the plural number. Write it down. It can be used as a plural. Examples, you can write it down. Cattle are grazing in the field. People are good. Police have controlled the mob. Have is used. Police has cannot be used because these three words can always be considered as a plural number. Did you get the point? So this point you must have to pay attention to. Likewise, very reverse, I am telling you some of the examples how they can be used in the singular number. right here. News. Innings. Wedges. All these are similarly used. This news is too good to be true. This news is too good to be true. It means this is a false news. This news is too good to be true. The innings of Dhoni is praiseworthy. Innings. The word innings, although it is used with the plural activity of the word, but still we are using in the singular. News, innings, wedges. Wedges of sin is death. W-A-G-E-S, wedges of sin is death. So wedges can be used in a singular way. Is can be used that. So these three words, news, innings and wedges, can always be in the singular way. Can be used in the singular. Did you get the point? We can't use in the plural way. Next. Diabetes, tuberculosis, mumps, rickets. Some of the names of the diseases can always be used in the singular. They can never be used in the plural. They are the names of the diseases. They can always be used in the singular. In the singular number they can be used. Did you get the point? Mumps, rickets, some of the diseases like measles also. You can also say measles is a dangerous disease. You can understand that mumps is affected to children. Tuberculosis is now curable. Diabetes is a worldwide disease. Diabetes is spreading widely spreading. So these are the names of the diseases. They can always be used in the singular number, although they are looking like the plurality, looking like the plural number, but they can be used in the singular number because they are the names of the diseases. Likewise, billiards is a good game. Circus is also a very good game. Billiards, circus. Some of the names of the game can always use the similar number. Diseases, games, subject's name, Mathematics is an easy subject, interesting subject. Physics can be solved. Physics is used in a good way. Physics, politics, mathematics, phonetics, they can always use this singular number. They can be used in this singular number. Politics is the game of scoundrels. Mathematics is an interesting subject. Physics is a hard subject. Phonetics considers to be a good subject, is considered to be a good subject. So all these subjects name which is ended with S or ES can be used in the singular. Some of the diseases, some of the games, some of the subjects name, although they have been used in a plural activity seems to be, but they can be used in the singular. This is the subject verb agreement. Did you get the point? So you have to understand each and every aspect of your syllabus consideration, because your syllabus is a vast one, but you have to read in a very constricted way. That is a good game. All things you have not to read here. In the very shortest way you have to read out. And the question can be asked in the passageway, somewhere passage, omission of the passage, some of the fillers in the passage, and some of the, you have to add something, omit something. These are the types of the question in board examination. So you must have to practice it according to the types of the question, of the different questions, but they are in passage. You can't separate it from the passage A, B, C, D like that. In serial they can't be used. That is the good game, and therefore you have to understand the whole passage, and then you can be useful to fill up the blanks with the correct form of the different items of grammar. Now we can have other conditions, we can judge it, we can see it. Next thing, furthermore, I have to extend some of the conditions which are needed to you to know. Slow and steady. This the race. Slow and steady wins the race. Here wins is singularly used, but in this sentence you can consider that you have two different subjects. slow and steady. Both are used with and. But you can ask question here. Previously you have told us, sir, that Ram and Shyam are good students, but here slow and steady are two subjects. Why they can be used as a singular verb? In this sentence, singular verb is used, wins. It should be win, but no. This is the agreement of subject verb. That slow and steady this service, because this slow and steady is a proverb, is a phrase. Slow and steady. In a phrase way, in a proverb way it is used. Slow and steady is service. That's why in case of proverb, in case of phrasal activity, we would like to use singular verb. That's why we have wins, not win. Second example of this kind you can find here, that bread and butter is a wholesome food. Bread and butter is a wholesome food. Bread and butter, there are two things in the sentence used. Still, singular verb is used here, because bread and butter is considered to be the wholesome food. Both of it. That gives you the same singular meaning. Without bread, you cannot identify it separately. That's why that is just like a phrasal activity, both of the things. That's why it is singularly used. Bread and butter is a wholesome food. Third example you can find here. Curry and rice is liked by Mohan. Curry and rice. Here, curry and rice, both of the food can be considered to be the one food. That's why we can use with the singular. Curry and rice is a favorite food, is liked by her. Is a favorite food, is liked by her. So and steady, bread and butter, curry and rice, all these can be used as a singular way in the phrasal activity. That's why we are going to use here singular. Right? Is there any point to be used here? So you have to understand all these things quite well. So we have number of again assumptions of subject verb agreement. Subject verb agreement is a vast chapter. So both of the classes 9th and 10th in the CBSE curriculum, they have to mug it out very intactly so that we cannot escape any question in the passage to be used. You will have to fill the fillers. Some of the things passage you will have to use some omissions. Some plural verb will be given to you and you have to omit it and write the exactness of the singular verb. So these are the types of the question you have to understand in grammar. So in grammar you will have to practice likewise. But theoretically when you will understand all these things, then you can be able to fill up, omit it, and some of the things you can add it, and in some of the ways you can consider it to be right or wrong. That is the way. Next, again. And okay. Okay. I think and I hope that all of you have understood it and you have just picked it out very clearly. And if you have any problem, you can raise question in this way. I can try to my best to solve it. But there should not be any confusion in understanding this kind of feature of the topic, because whenever you can confuse, you can't answer it correctly in the question of grammar. So I request you that at your home, at your residence, you will try to mug it out very clearly to each and everyone. I have also written it on the whiteboard and you will have also noted down in your copy. So try to practice it at your residence. Thank you so much today.